never imagined my 22nd birthday would end with my stepdad trying to steal the company my grandfather built from the ground up. The room went cold when Robert slammed his fist on the boardroom table, eyes blazing with greed and entitlement. "You're not ready to lead, Freya," he sneered. "Let me handle things before you ruin everything." If you're enjoying this, please subscribe and share. Your support keeps the stories coming. But my grandfather, calm and unshaken, stepped forward. "Robert, you've been playing a dangerous game, one I foresaw. Walker Technologies belongs to Freya. Not you." For years, I had been underestimated, treated like a naive girl swept up in family drama. My mother's fiancé was the real villain, Robert Chambers. A man with a dark history of marrying into fortune and tearing families apart to line his pockets, but what they didn't know was how quietly I'd prepared for this moment. Behind the scenes, I had been studying the company, learning every detail. My grandfather had been my secret mentor, grooming me to take the reins, protecting me from Robert's manipulations. As the board meeting spiraled, my grandfather revealed a private investigator's findings: Robert's secret meetings with Axiom Technologies, a rival company hungry to devour Walker Technologies. The betrayal was laid bare for all to see, and the board's skepticism shifted into shocked support. Robert's smug facade crumbled as evidence piled against him. His power play, meant to crush me before I even got started, backfired spectacularly. Yet, this was only the beginning. Grandpa's foresight went beyond naming me his successor. He had established a $50 million trust fund in my name, designed to shield the company and me from predators like Robert. Standing there, watching the man who tried to steal everything walk out in disgrace, I felt a fire ignite inside me, a fierce determination to protect my family's legacy and prove I was more than just a pawn. The company was mine now. But the real battle, to lead, to grow, to overcome every doubt, was just starting. The echo of Robert's departure still rang in the halls when I stepped into my grandfather's old office for the first time as the new CEO. The leather chair felt heavier than I expected, like the weight of generations pressing down on me, daring me to fail. The boardroom was quiet at first, filled with faces I'd once seen as indifferent or skeptical. Now, they looked at me with a mix of curiosity and cautious hope. I knew this was the moment I had to prove I wasn't just a figurehead. Grandpa's voice echoed in my mind, reminding me that leadership isn't about control, it's about vision and integrity. And he had left behind more than just the company. He had left a legacy of resilience, but the real challenge was beyond the boardroom walls. Robert's betrayal wasn't just personal, it had exposed cracks within the company. Hidden deals, reluctant employees, and whispered doubts had taken root. I spent long nights combing through files, meeting with department heads, and listening to the quiet fears of those who had been overlooked. Every whispered complaint was a thread I needed to pull to weave a stronger future. One afternoon, Michael Donovan, the private investigator my grandfather had hired, brought me something shocking: evidence of Robert's plan to sell off key patents to Axiom Technologies, crippling Walker's future. The betrayal cut deep, but it also lit a fire under me. I called an emergency board meeting, laying everything bare: the threats, the trust fund, and the steps I intended to take to reclaim our company's strength. Voices rose, some in support, others in doubt, but the tide was turning. I could feel the shift. This wasn't just about me anymore. It was about every employee who believed in Walker Technologies, every family legacy hanging in the balance. As the meeting ended, I locked eyes with my mother across the room. Her expression was unreadable, a mix of regret, relief, and something I couldn't quite place. Robert was out of the picture, but his shadow lingered, and I knew the fight to save what was ours was far from over. 6 months later, Walker Technologies wasn't just surviving, it was thriving. A 17% growth in profits, an innovation center breaking ground, and a culture shifting toward respect and creativity. I stood in the new building's lobby, the weight of those early battles behind me, replaced by a quiet confidence. The company wasn't just a legacy from my grandfather. It was my creation now. My relationship with Mom was slowly healing. After divorcing Robert, she finally saw the truth: the man she once trusted had nearly destroyed everything. She reached out, tentative but sincere, and I decided to meet her halfway. Robert? He fled to South America, his reputation shattered, his schemes exposed. Justice had taken a different shape, one that didn't rely on vengeance but on survival and growth. Grandpa's trust fund gave me the freedom to lead on my terms. No more manipulation, no more doubt. Just a clear path forward, built on the lessons he passed down: foresight, strength, and integrity. I began mentoring young women in business, passing on what I learned about resilience and leadership. The future needed more voices like ours, strong, prepared, unafraid. Sitting in my new apartment, a gift from Grandpa's estate, I realized that inheritance isn't just money or power. It's the wisdom to fight, the courage to rise, and the grace to build something lasting. And I was ready.